What is the matter?
Father?
No.
Hello everyone, Adam here, and today I will be talking about the Prima Macula from A Plague Tale: Innocence, the powerful ancient curse that serves as one of the many key reasons Amicia and Hugo's family are destroyed by the Inquisition, led by Vitalis, not to mention hundreds, probably thousands of innocent people. But before we begin, please remember to leave a like and remember to subscribe, support your smaller creators, and let's get on to the video. The Prima Macula is a mysterious and ancient curse that plagues the de Rune family, but only infects certain people in the family to a great degree. Where the macula originated is unknown, but it traces back to the Justinian plague of 541 AD, 8 centuries before the core story begins. All knowledge of those who survived that plague were kept in a forbidden book known as the Sanguis Itinata, translated to Voyages of the Blood. It's unknown how long the book existed, but it was paramount to understanding and creating the elixir to suppress the macula's effects. When Hugo was born, the macula's existence was made apparent to his parents Beatrice and Robert de Rune when he experienced the first stage of infection, known as the Great Break. Hugo was placed in isolation as his mother Beatrice attempted to suppress the macula. Beatrix and her husband Robert would remain isolated and kept Hugo's condition a secret from everyone, including their daughter Amicia, who despite loving her brother was distant and somewhat bitter towards him due to his mother and father placing more attention on Hugo and her unaware of why they were doing so. Despite the couple believing they were safe from the Inquisition, a religious institution of dedicated Catholic soldiers and priests, they were completely aware of Hugo's location and condition. It was when the cult leader Vitalis was infected by a plague rat that they decided to storm the estate, killing Robert and the de Rune's servants to obtain the macula and save his own life, forcing Amicia and Hugo to flee and allowing the macula to grow inside Hugo due to lack of treatment. The Prima Macula has several states that continue to manifest over time, placing the host at risk due to the heavy physical tolls on the body. First stage, dormancy. The curse shows no symptoms but will pass to any descendants regardless. The Great Break. The curse shows to be active in the host. The original state. The carrier begins to feel occasional headaches with ringing noises and weak spells. This can occur during dangerous situations or when plague rats are nearby. Pre-thresholds. Headaches and weak spells become more powerful and frequent. Voices of the rats start to be heard within the carrier's head. The host will start to show blackened veins slowly spreading across their face. First threshold. The host starts to feel excruciating pain, intense weak spells, and seizures. This is the most dangerous phase as the host's life is in danger due to the macula spreading throughout the body. If the host survives, they gain the ability to control the rats, but are still attacked by them if their concentration is ever lost. It's made clear when in this phase when Amicia returns home that the rats, even when not being directly controlled by the host, will act based on the host's desires when crossing this phase, such as when they defended Robert and the de Rune's servants' bodies, but used the Inquisition corpses as a building material. They also destroyed most of the castle to create nests, but left Hugo's room completely untouched. Post-threshold. The pain process has passed and the black veins have spread throughout the host's face. The host gains the full ability to control the rats, and they will not attack the host even if he breaks concentration. Once the host reaches the final stages and survives the thresholds, the user gains full control of the plague rats. They will not attack the user, but they will practice self-preservation, such as not going into the light despite the host demanding that they do it. The rats themselves are extremely powerful. When alone, they can be easily killed. However, they usually live in swarms, overwhelming their target with sheer numbers and building nests out of the bodies and their fecal matter. The rats can break through most obstacles such as tough earth and even stone, but it's made clear the rats are targeting weak points within the stone structures, meaning that even without a host controlling them, the rats are extremely intelligent, but they lack organization. Vitalis was also able to mimic Hugo's powers using his blood and using genetically modified plague rats. Vitalis was able to create a barrier with the rats, a tower of the creatures for heavy slams, and even use them to tunnel underground. Since both Hugo and Vitalis are Macula infected, it's safe to say that Vitalis did anything Hugo can do and vice versa. It's also shown that the Macula may have healing properties, as Vitalis is shown to be in an extremely weak state throughout the game, but once he recovered from the plague, he gained new life. This could have been him returning to his original strength, but considering he was able to take multiple hits from Amicia's sling, considering how old and frail he is, it could indicate that the Macula does give the user increased resistance to damage, but it's not entirely clear. Also, what's not made entirely clear is the Macula's ability to yield a cure for the plague. As Vitalis was infected by the plague, and Hugo's blood was used to not only cure Vitalis, but give him power over the Macula, it may indicate that those who get infected with the Macula could yield the same benefits. However, it's also shown that Vitalis cannot control the natural black plague rats, and can only control the new angelic white rats. So it may indicate that in order for him to use this ability, you will need specialized rats, but it's never made incredibly clear of how these rats came into being. It could be linked to Vitalis' blood, similar to Hugo's blood being linked to the black rats, or something entirely different. It's not entirely clear, but I'm going to go with the blood link. Lastly, the host has to be in direct contact in order for the rats to not attack certain people. This is shown when Lucas and Malene are separated from Roderick, Hugo, and Amicia. They had to avoid the rats, but Roderick and Amicia did not have to because Hugo was in their presence, meaning that they have to be within close proximity of Hugo in order to gain that benefit. The best option when going against the host is to keep yourself in the light. Despite the rats' strengths and numbers, they cannot cross any form of light and it can kill them. The rats have designed a powerful spiral move to combat this weakness to take out braziers, which can be stopped using small explosives such as the ignifier that Amicia gains access to, or possibly a flame arrow or melee weapon. The rats themselves without a host are disorganized and can easily be avoided by using any forms of light, even to kill them. It also seems that the rats cannot swim despite the creatures being notorious strong swimmers in reality. This is likely because they're ineffective when in water and cannot swarm their victims. The most inaccessible option, but still an option, is the elixir. However, the only person able to make this potion is Lucas, and only after he was able to perfect it using Amicia's mother's, Beatrice's recipe, using both the forbidden knowledge of the Sanguis Internata and Beatrice's lab, so I doubt anyone common will be able to use this option. Another is to simply kill the host. Despite the host having absolute control over the rats, they are still human and can be taken out just as easily. And considering that Hugo is the one who's in control of the plague rats, him being a 5-year-old boy, he's not that hard to kill. I know that's very morbid, but it is what it is. So I really hope you enjoyed this video as we dive deeper into A Plague Tale: Innocence. I have an entire video explaining the story, including the ending, which leaves the game up to interpretation. While A Plague Tale: Innocence is reportedly in development, I honestly hope it's not. I know that's a very fleeting hope, because I feel like the game really did its job in terms of the narrative. It's a very close-loop narrative. They end up just going their separate ways, leaving France and trying to start their new life. But you never know. I do have faith in these developers, considering it took me a year to play this game and it is absolutely fantastic. If you want to purchase it, it is available on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. It's also available on Xbox Game Pass, so if you don't want to spend the full price, go play it over there. Either way, it has my full recommendation and something I hope a lot more people experience. So if you like this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and if you're feeling very generous, consider joining my channel with special memberships available below. With YouTube as it is, it does help with every single supporter. Anyway, that's the video. Please check out my other content. There will be links below. Until next time, everyone, stay awesome.